Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Mark Spark and another episode of The Mark Spark Show. As you can see, I'm fresh to death in my Keeping It Cultivating podcast t-shirt, feeling real cool and collected in the summertime. This material is nice and like cool for this. It's perfect for the summer. So make sure you head on over to keepitcultivating.com and get you one. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be burning up out in that sun, but you want to keep it cultivating with your tea and feel cool in that heat. So, yeah. So, let's get right into it. Tonight's episode of the Mark Spark Show. People that complain on the internet and then expect pity, and then people come into their lives and they do those people dirty, right? Those kind of people. It's like, why do you do that? Like, why do people do things for attention? And it's like just attention seeking. I don't understand why. But the one thing I'll say is I've learned to just, because I don't know, it's a lot of things I see on the internet that I don't even address. Like, I'll just see it on my feed, scroll right past it, and then certain things become redundant, and then people just keep on and keep on. Then it's like, damn, these people doing this for attention. And then it's like, then you try to help people, and then they burn bridges, and then them same people that burn bridges, even with you look at them, you like, yo, is this person serious? Like, they really need attention that bad? It's like, come on, like, why? Why do you have to do that? But everybody has their own, like, way of, like, I guess, dealing with things. We all have stuff that we dealing with. You know, nobody in life is perfect. That's why, in a sense, it's really not good to judge people or judge each other. And, you know, I try to be understanding and empathetic to people, what they might be going through. You never know what somebody's dealing with behind closed doors. So I understand that. But why, when people come to help you, you bite the hand that feeds you? Like, why do people do that? And it's like, you know, it makes you not really want to help people and just stay in your own little lane. Just focus on what it is you got going on and what you're doing, because people are just crazy. And I think some people just like being in crisis. I've come to that conclusion. Like, some people just like being filled with drama and just having everything go wrong. Me, I don't like that shit. So, you know, a lot of good things been happening in my life. So I'll just be staying away from like negative, like any kind of negativity or anything that's going to stop me from getting to where I want to be. Because that's what I'm focused on. I'm here building brands, trying to leave a legacy for my little man, you know? And it's like, I don't know, I think not everybody's as driven, or everybody has that same ambition to want to be something. So there's like a lot of people that are comfortable just not having nothing, and that's crazy. And then they like feel sorry for themselves and pity themselves, and it's like, me, I've never been one of those people. I'm one of those people that I'll identify the problem, like I'll point out what the problem is, and then I'll make the necessary adjustments so that I could win. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm a winner. You know what I mean? I'm not a complainer. I'm a winner. You know what I mean? So for me, I point things out. You know what I mean? It's cool to point stuff out and like let even people know that you see where they coming from. Like, I see you. You're not low. I see what you're doing, or I see. It's cool to do that. Like, you know what I mean? But you don't want to dwell on it and get stuck there. Like, being stagnant is never a part of what we represent. We represent keeping it cultivating. So to keep it cultivating, you know what I mean? You, it's good to point out things and let people know that they not gonna get over on you. They not gonna, or whatever. You see where they coming from. They not low. You not, let them know that they not really insulting your intelligence. You see what it is, but you don't want to get stuck in that. You don't want to get stuck as that person or come across as a bitter person or whatever. Like, you don't want to do that. So, you know, and also when people come to help you, don't burn bridges with people, because even not just with music or anything else, relationships are very important. Relationships are extremely important, so you don't want to ruin relationships with people that could possibly help you get to the next level. these might be the people responsible for you going to the next level. So you don't want to burn bridges with people, and you don't, you know what I mean? You want to have your name, integrity, intact. So, you know, and you want to be associated with doing good business. You know what I mean? And whatever you do, whatever it is you do in life, you want to be associated with doing good business. So, you know, with that being said, we just moving right along. But yeah, so to the people that do behave that way, my advice to you would be to point out whatever the issue is, come to some sort of solution that you can make the situation better, and then make whatever adjustments, and then keep it pushing. But you can't dwell on negativity. It won't get you to where you want to be. So then the next topic that I wanted to discuss tonight, we moving right along, we getting right into it, we not wasting no time on the Mark Sparks Show. I see like these debates on social media between like men, women. They're like men against women, men. Like, what kind of crap is this? It's like, and you know, I see the LGBTQ community. You don't see them trying to divide their community. You know what I mean? You see them trying to like preach like togetherness or whatever. They celebrate, you know, their pride, and you know, that's good for them. But why is it when it comes to like us, like heterosexuality, like why is like everything like split up down the middle? Like they try to make men seem inferior to women. They try to make like financially, then they try, and that's not necessarily true. It depends on the kind of man that you women are after, what kind of man you date. Because I've never been that guy that like drive around my woman's car, and I've dated plenty of women. Like a bunch of most of the women I dated had cars, and I never asked any of these women to drive their car. I never even drove any of their car, and that's a fact. You can ask any woman that I've ever dated if I ever asked them to drive their car or I ever drove their car. I don't do that. I do my own thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like even me myself, like I've never been that guy. Never had a woman taking care of me, like buying me a bunch of stuff. Like I just wasn't that guy. Like, you know, but, and I guess maybe because I was raised differently, but because I was raised by a single woman, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just wasn't that guy. So when I see certain debates and certain, you know, perspectives when it comes to like this whole man versus woman thing, I'm like, first off, where are these people from? And like, who are these people dating? Because it's like the stuff that people describe to me is like I can't imagine it. Like my experience is like dating, it wasn't like that. Like surely, like, and I never dated women that would even be comfortable taking care of me. Like I always fuck with women that like motivate me to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? Like I always try to look for women like that make me want to do better, like, and be better, and are driven. Like I've never ever, you know what I'm saying, like been that guy to like look for a woman to like use her or live off of her, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just never it wouldn't be comfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable. I would feel like a bum. So yeah, the whole men versus, and then I seen this whole other conversation where it's like, do black men love black women? And it's like, what? It's like, I don't see these kind of questions. Like, to me, it just seems silly. I don't see these kind of silly questions with any other group of people. I only see them do this type of foolishness with black people. And it's like, do white men love white women? Like, what kind of nonsense? And then, you know, and it's not nothing against any communities, but I do feel like there are certain agendas that are being pushed on our children. So to know that they pushing certain agendas and then they ask these silly questions, it just makes me feel like, you know, what's going on here? But yeah, I think that, you know, it shouldn't be about whether it's a black man, black woman, none of that type of talk. Like, I think if you love somebody, you love somebody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to say that black men don't love black women, that's crazy. Of course black men love black women. It's like like, I don't know, man. Like, it almost seems like a reach, in my opinion. Because it's like, of course black men love black women, and of course black women love black men. Like, it, I don't know. Even with like the term black on black crime, it's like when it comes to black people, why do they sensationalize things and try to put it in like a negative context, like a negative, you know what I mean, to try to give people a stereotypical negative view of black folks. But me personally, I don't feed into that because it's like it just seems foolish. It's like the answer is yes, black men love black women, black women love black men, and you know anything else. But to try to turn men against women, then there's a whole bunch of other discussions that go on where I see men and women fighting. I see them fighting about the abortion thing or whatever, and it's like I don't even care to give opinions on that because I wouldn't have to ever carry a baby or have to decide if a baby gets aborted or not. That you know what I mean? My body, I'm a man. My body's not equipped to do that. So I don't have to worry about those kind of things. You know what I mean? So it's like why even give input on something that, you know, I don't know. I just feel like that doesn't affect me, or it really don't affect black people because they did this in white places where they felt like the population of the white people were going down, so they trying to stop them from having abortions. But even still, they got black people arguing with each other over that, and it's like it's crazy because this doesn't even really affect black people, but it's like with even that has us arguing with each other. You got black men arguing with black women over that crap, and it's like it's just crazy. It's almost like some kind of technology to divide and conquer, and we always fall into these traps and we don't even see it. And it's like, me personally, I don't feel like, you know what I mean? I think the one message that should be preached in this particular moment is a family structure of a man, woman, child, along with allowing the LGBTQ community to exist. Notice I'm saying that, allowing them to exist, not taking anything away from them. But I do feel that, you know what I mean, we should be also like the way that they champion that and have that like all over the place. I think that the traditional family structure should as well be, you know what I mean, championed and you know what I mean, because it's like they take a lot of these black fathers out of the home, away from their children. They make the women feel like they are men and they playing both roles. They make them think that. And then it just creates a broken community where now there's like lost generations. Like a lot of these generations be lost. Because at the end of the day, no matter how great of a mom one can be, there's things that you'll never understand about manhood because you're not a man. The same thing as us as men. There's certain things we'll never understand. We'll never understand about like a woman going through her menstrual and having periods and what she's emotionally feeling when she has her periods, and then when she's not really fun to be around and she's acting however she acts. Because not all women are like that when they have their period, but then there's them women that have their period and then they complete nutcases. You know what I mean? We never have to deal with that, so we would never understand what that's like because we never felt that. You know what I mean? And it's like people just, I don't know, like even no matter how great of a mom you could be, if there's not that father there helping that, you know, offspring, whether it's a little boy or a little girl, then that kid is gonna be lacking something. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality, whether it be the biological father, whether it be a stepfather. If there's not like a real father figure around for these kids, they end up like lacking. Then sometimes they end up in the streets and then getting like false guidance from these street people that don't really give a fuck about them. So it's like, me personally, like, I feel like the way that they showing LGBTQ stuff, they should also show like a mother, father, you know what I mean, and child as well, because it's like not all of these parents are missing. Some of these fathers are at home with their kids. Some of us fathers do what we have to do day in and day out and try to take care of our kids. You know what I mean? We spend time with our kids. We active in the academics and all of that. And it almost seems like they trying to erase like the fathers out of like the societal structure and create like some kind of non-binary where like I don't even know, but I think you get where I'm going with it. Like I just feel like everybody should have their own lane to be in, and I feel like, you know, to keep society going as we know it, like, you know, because not everybody's gonna be down with science or whatever. Some people gonna feel like, hey, I want to reproduce and reproduce in a natural kind of way, not like the test tube thing or whatever. So it's like, keeping that in mind, a father, mother, and child like is important, and trying to divide us and keep us fighting with each other is just counterproductive. We all need to unite with each other and understand that one needs the other. Like as a man, I needed a strong woman. I was having a conversation with somebody special, but I was telling them that every important man has like that, you know what I mean, equally as powerful woman. Like there's always like a strong woman. Without Michelle, Barack probably wouldn't be where he was. Like every strong man has like that woman, and that's what helps that man elevate to the next level. And that's real shit. Like that's real. That's just real shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, me knowing that, I feel like that's a strong message. That's a powerful message. Like, you know what I mean? It's mother, father, father, mother, however order you want to put it, and child. Like that's a very, very wholesome, like, you know what I mean, important message that society needs, because, you know, there's a lot of different messages being pushed right now, and I just think that's a positive one, because keeping it cultivating, we gotta reproduce to keep, you know what I mean, moving forward. We gotta be able to keep reproducing with each other. So, you know, if we fighting with each other about nonsense that don't even have nothing to do with us, we ain't gonna be spending time reproducing. So, moving right along. Now, this is the segment that I guess everybody was waiting for. Sorry about the last episode. I didn't put this segment, but tonight I had to add it because I know that people was missing it. So here it is for you. Tonight's segment of Weirdish. We have the Drake intruder. So apparently at one of Drake's properties, there was an intruder that was arrested and apprehended because he broke into Drake's property, and the gentleman claimed that Drake is his father. Now, if we have any paternity, you know what I mean, disputes or issues, you can go to your local family court and petition the court and try to get like some kind of DNA sample from Drake or whatever. But showing up to the man's property, like if you know him or whatever, and then to make these type of claims, my friend, is some weird shit. So for doing that, my friend, you, my friend, are weird. Fucking weird. Straight up fucking weird. Like don't like, even if you cool with me, even if we on good terms, don't show up to my crib. Do not. Like, if I didn't invite you and I don't know that you coming, do not show up to my crib. Unless you my shorty. Like, unless, you know what I mean, she knows she can show up. You know what I mean? But anybody else, like, You know what I mean? You can't show up to my crib. And even Shorty like wouldn't show up to my crib without hitting me up. Like, you don't just show up, you don't show up to people's shit. And then you don't show up to people's shit making like weird accusations. Like, you making a crazy accusation and you just pop up on somebody like that. Like he's supposed to just welcome you with open arms, like, come to Papa. Like in Meet the Fockers, like, come to Papa. Like, no, my nigga. You, my friend, are weird. Fucking weird. Oh, yeah. Actually, I forgot. This is a dual segment. Another doozy. It's another doozy. Another dual segment of weirdish. I seen some video of some old man online, right? Telling these young women that in the Bronx, this is actually a New York dude, unfortunately. It was a gentleman in the Bronx telling, like, I guess he made a post trying to get young women to like move in with him, and he said that only thing he wants is hugs. He doesn't want any rent money. They could just move in, whatever. All they gotta do is hug him in the morning. And he said he don't want no sex. He don't want nothing. He just wants hugs, right? And he had like the bifocal, glasses on and all of that. Like, and I'm like, yo, bro, are you that lonely, my guy? Like, seriously? And then on top of that, like, you mad fucking weird. Like, number one, none of these women is gonna move in with you, bro. Like, you got like serial killer vibes and like you just straight up weird, my nigga. So you, my friend, need to delete that video, take that video down ASAP. You know what I mean? Because Mark Spark has a good heart and I love helping people. So I don't mind helping you get it cultivated to the next level and reaching your highest plateau, my friend. But first things first, you got to take that weird video down and never, and I repeat, never, ever, 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 ever make a video like that again, my friend. Just don't do it. Like, when you're about to do it, I want you to take your phone and then just smash it on the floor and then order a new one, so then that gives you time to think about like it before you try to do that shit again. Don't do it, my friend. Just don't do it. Ever again. But for now, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to point you out that you, my friend, are weird. You're fucking weird. Weirdos. Oh, my God. Well, my friends, I guess my time is up for tonight. This was another exciting edition of the... Wait, actually, before we go, I just wanted to tell you guys, we are accepting all payments on the site. So head on over. You know what I mean? All the people that was waiting, I appreciate your patience. Sorry about that. We was just getting everything worked out and everything is ready to go. You could go get your Keep It Cultivating podcast tees and your Migrant Workers tees at the site, keepitcultivating.com. And remember, you got to keep it cultivating, my friends, because the podcast is coming soon. So you do want to have your shirt, you know what I mean, in time for the podcast. You know what I mean? So you could be keeping it cultivating with the cash, you know what I mean? You know how we do. So I'm going to be out of here now. I got to go smoke me this blunt and take care of this business. Until the next time, my friends, keep it cultivating. Peace.